Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, one of the coolest nonprofits I've ever had the privilege of featuring. It's called Pajamas for Seniors. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I remember during the pandemic, there were so many stories done about seniors in isolation, how they were just cut off from their families, and you would see these really sad shots of families putting their hands against the glass to talk to grandma. Well, there's a wonderful nonprofit here in Dallas called Pajamas for Seniors, and Joe Alch started this a few years ago. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, well, so tell us what Pajamas for Seniors is.
So we are a nonprofit. It started 5 years ago. So I'm a registered nurse, and I really saw the need for just love to a lot of these patients in nursing homes and assisted livings have nobody. In fact, 60% have no visitors, no family, no friends, and ultimately no hope. So giving them a pair of pajamas, you know, most nursing home residents wear hospital gowns or Goodwill and Salvation Army rejects. That's the clothes that they get. And so giving them a warm, wonderful, cozy pair of pajamas just can make the world to them. So we started distributing pajamas. I started distributing them to my patients when I was a hospice nurse 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. So fast forward, we give pajamas to seniors all over DFW and beyond. So we've been all over the place now.
Well, we've known Joe for several years now, and one of our reporters went out and did a nice feature about a year ago. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
This is a beautiful gown.
Stacks on stacks of adult pajamas, with every pair going to a senior in a low-income nursing home in the McKinney and Dallas area.
Thank you so much.
Teresa's house, an assisted living and memory care facility in McKinney, hosted a pajama drive Thursday, collecting dozens in all sizes. Acapella CEO Joe Alch started the nonprofit Pajamas for Seniors years ago after noticing a high demand. Godwin Dixon works closely with Joe in organizing the drive.
There are so many nursing homes on Medicaid, and they cannot afford their own pajamas, so Joe provides those. And so we're happy to help be one of the locations to drop those off.
The nonprofit says 70% of seniors in Texas are on Medicaid, living in nursing homes with close to nothing to their name. These seniors get a $2 a day allowance from state funding, with many skipping out on buying necessities like pajamas. Michelle Campobasso in Business Development for Seniors also helps with the pajama drives.
When they go into social settings like that, they come out of the hospital and they literally have nothing. Sometimes they'll just come in with a gown. And so those pajamas, it just keeps them comfortable. They can feel more relaxed and more at peace and just have something of their own.
A small gift making a big difference. Dixon says he knows just how much of a difference it makes through personal experience.
I started my career out in the late 80s as a nursing home administrator, and I actually ran one of the communities that was a low-income community for seniors, and my heart was there. It was incredible work. It was difficult work, and there were never enough resources. And so if we would have had somebody like Joe Alch helping us out back in those days, that would have made such a difference. And so this is kind of a way of paying it forward, paying it backwards in some, and helping others out with the help that I wish would have been there back when I was a nursing home administrator back in the 80s and 90s.
Everyone who donated Thursday got a goodie bag with coffee and a taco.
We had a bunch of literature in there and just information about all of us and all of our small businesses.
If you missed the pajama drive, you can still donate. Visit pajamasforseniors.org. For Real News, I'm Sarah Macias.
What a cool story.
Yes.
You were telling me a story before we went on about somebody that you helped who just said, you know, feel me, touch my hand. What
So during COVID, most people that went to the hospital couldn't have any visitors. And so one gentleman who lived here close to the studio was in the hospital for 5 weeks with an infection. He didn't have COVID, but he still was not allowed. His wife couldn't come by, his children. And he was just one of those people that loved his family, loved touch, loved to hug. And I met him at the home. The ambulance brought him home. I met him there, and the first thing he said when he got out of the ambulance was, "Hold my hand, touch me, I need touch, I need touch." He said, "Stand on either side of me." And so his daughter, his wife, his son, they all just touched him. And we just don't realize how significant just holding someone's hand or hugging them, or it just means so much just to just make them feel somebody cares about them.
Absolutely. I think it's such a unique ministry, and I hope you don't mind me using that phrase, because it's almost like Jesus washing feet. Pajamas can really change everything. And so we've got some pictures off of your Facebook, and I want you to talk about what it is about the pajamas and why you're drawn to that as a way of...
So some of these pictures that you're seeing, one of these women was in a nursing home, and she has lost all of her family, and so this was the first gift she had received in 5 years. So a lot of these people are wearing old, worn, you know, when you go to the hospital, you go to the ER and you're changed from your clothing, which are probably soiled. You're sick. You just throw something on. They're wadded in a bag. If you're admitted to the hospital, that bag winds up in the closet, in the bottom of the closet, wadded in a bag for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So when you're leaving the hospital, you're in a hospital gown with an open back, sleeveless, and that's what you have to wear if you go from the hospital to a rehab. And 70% have no family to come check on them. And so when they leave that rehab to go home, they leave in a hospital gown. And so having a warm set of pajamas with the button up, with long sleeves, some fabric that is just warm is, you know, it just makes such a difference.
And how many seniors have you been able to help?
So we have helped 35,000 seniors from the onset in 2018.
That's amazing.
I know, it's awesome. And so we are helping in other areas too. So next weekend, Baton Rouge, the LSU band is doing a tailgate. It's an away game. So they're doing a tailgate at a nursing home. We're bringing pajamas, and the LSU band is going to be there. We're going to have gumbo. It's going to be so much fun. So there are about 160 residents in this, low-income residents in this nursing home, and they have no idea they're going to get warm, wonderful pajamas for an early Christmas present.
And you have a special event coming up here.
We do. So we have 2 things coming up. Our casino night is in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today. Tickets are $125 per person. It's going to be so much fun. We have a silent auction, wonderful games. We've got live music. It's just going to be a fun night to celebrate and support our needy seniors. We also have, you can adopt a senior. We have a program right now. The cost of a cup of coffee, $10 a month. You can pay towards adopting a particular senior. And we're hoping that that will allow people, if you don't have a lot of money to spend, $10 a month is easy to do. You can go to our website to get information on that. And we're just hoping we can get a good response on that as well.
Wow. Joe, I'm so blessed to have you on my show. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I hope you can see her eyes. They just glow when she talks about this. We're going to end with the website, which is pajamasforseniors.org. Joe Alch, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.